Oxford by a Very Oxford Cat, written by Simeon Cameron with Julia Cameron. Part 1. Simeon, a Very Oxford Cat. All about me. Hello, my name is Simeon. I am a long cat with a long tail and a long story to tell. It is such a long story that I can't remember the beginning. For now, as I write my first book, I am nearly 14 years old. I'm always polite, as I'm a very English cat. So I don't dive straight into my food. I always look up first to say thank you for it. Then I lick off all the jelly before I eat the meat. An English cat's home is his castle. My home, or rather my castle, is halfway between two famous places, Oxford University and Blenheim Palace. This makes me feel very famous too. One evening, the President of the United States of America flew right over my castle, twice. I knew Mr. President was coming to Blenheim to meet the Prime Minister, as I heard it on the BBC News. But I did not expect a personal fly-past. I guess someone told him that a quintessentially English cat lived here. I am famous in China and India and in many other countries. This is because I host Airbnb, and people love to take my photo. Airbnb guests give me a lot of attention and a lot of affection too. They love me. How could they not? I don't host Airbnb myself. Of course not. I have staff. She's called Julia. She changes the beds, does the shopping, buys my food and buys treats for me. Being a cat, my life is all about me. I'm glad I'm English. I have two cousin cats in Scotland who are tartan. At least, I think they are. I haven't met them, but I know what they look like. At least, I think I do. And they look scary. I wonder if they meow in a Scottish accent. Julia can't understand me even in Oxford English. Sometimes I want to ask her, what part of meow don't you understand? I am a grey cat with yellow-green eyes, which change with the light. I have a white tip at the end of my tail. This is my distinguishing feature, for I am a distinguished cat. In the twilight, I'm a dusky cat, or sub-fusk, as we say in these parts. And my behaviour is demure. That comes from my family. Perhaps I should say demure, as Muir is a family name. More about me. Julia is in publishing. I help her with her books and emails. Sometimes I add extra letters all by myself. One day I put a lot of X's at the bottom of an email to one of her colleagues. She saw them before she sent it and told me sternly that it was inappropriate to finish with kisses. Kisses? I was sending him a present for the next time he played noughts and crosses. Not kisses. Julia calls me the great Simeon of Oxford, and I like that. It feeds my ego. I'm named after another great Simeon. He was famous 200 years ago and is still famous. Charles Simeon lived in the other place, as we call it here. I wonder if I will still be famous 200 years from now. I hope so. Julia wrote a book about the other great Simeon. That's why I've written this book about me. It's been a long day, even for a long cat with a long tail. I've woken up, woken the staff, got washed, purred, yawned, stretched, all before breakfast. Then I went out into the garden, walked around, sprawled in the sun, got washed again, leapt at a bird but missed him, stalked around the garden perimeter, sniffing for Polly or Freddie who live nearby, and who are banned from my garden. Then I sat on the garage roof to survey my estate. Then I rested and dozed a little, washed again, and afterwards had supper. This evening I started to plan my book. As it is my very own intellectual property, I don't want any mistakes in it, historical or spelling. Is it the 20th century or the 21st? Oh dear. What can I use to count? Ah, yes, all my claws, both my ears and my tail. That should do it. Now it's time to climb the stairs and go through my own door in a door to stretch out on a warm bed. Tomorrow we make an early start for Oxford city centre. I can't wait to explore. Good night, dear reader.